All right, fellas, I'm gonna keep it a buck and try and let's keep some perspective here. Look, women. It's in the title, but women are waiting for leaders, and when you act like a bitch, when you're just wimpy and listening to them and getting controlled and manipulated by them, you might think that you're pleasing them and that they're happy because maybe on the surface they'll act that way. But subconsciously, if not consciously, they're gonna think you're a bitch. They're gonna think less of you and they're gonna think you're a weak turd. Now, why is that? It's because you, as a man, are supposed to be stronger in everything. Look, it is what it is. Like, I'm not misogynistic. I'm not. Women are capable just as men are in basically in anything, but the difference between men and women is stark. It's huge, and it's men who lead, control, dominate. Like, it just is what it is. Like, it's not an accident, it's not a coincidence that the last 44 presidents were male. Because look, feminism is a good ideology. It's good in theory, and like, obviously we want women to have opportunity and do all this shit that men are allowed to do, of course. But the point is, like, put a bunch of feminists and a bunch of alpha males in a room, who's gonna end up dominating and controlling the situation? It's gonna be the men. Like, the men are gonna ultimately stronghold and control the situation, if that makes sense. Like, it just is what it is, because women like they defer to strong leadership. They know these men are stronger and more capable in many ways. Obviously, like, men, you have to listen to women and hear them out and shit, but that should have its limit. Like, it gets really annoying when you see a lot of these men just like literally getting caught up in the drama. Like, in Greek mythology, they have what's called sirens for a reason. Like, these are just wailing women on the shores, confusing the shit out of men and causing them to destroy themselves, basically. Like, that's basically what's going on. Like, women just like earpieces so they could just express themselves and express their confused emotions that are up and down and always changing. But ultimately, they're looking for a stronghold, for a foothold as well. Like, a man who doesn't change and who stays on their grind, who stays focused. That's the whole feminine masculine dynamic here. And so you see a lot of these bitch guys, like, basically just acting like sissy pusses, like listening and getting caught up in these female dramas and inserting themselves into these dramas. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Number one, you're off your purpose, and number two, you're wasting your time, and I guess three, like, they're not even respecting you for the attention you're giving them. It's so true that, like, look, it's just a hard nature's fact, but women's currency is their looks, their physique, their physical bodies. Like, men just love that. Like, we don't really care how brilliant their theory is in capitalism, right? Like, we don't really give a fuck. We want someone who looks good and who will produce good offspring. Like, it's just what it is. And so, what do women look, or what do women value in men? It's their attention. Like, that's everything. If a man gives their attention, that's a form of investment. It's a form of resources that are gonna come and all this shit. So that's men's currency. It's your attention. So don't just give that out willy-nilly, like it's bullshit, like it's nothing, because it's everything. Just like to a woman, like, don't be promiscuous and sleep around. Which is kind of funny. Like, why is it that, like, promiscuous women are looked down, are devalued so much more than promiscuous men? But I think that just kind of makes sense, because, like, there's a value in virgin soil, right? Like, more nutrients are there. Like, there's got to be some value in a woman with a low body count compared to a woman with a high body count. I don't know the science behind it, but I do know, like, just superficially, like, men don't want that. It just is what it is. You can look up the science, but again, like, men, you're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to prioritize yourself, and just whatever women follow, let them follow, but never chase women. Like, it's just a stupid move. Like, I would never, like, walk up. I don't know. Like, I guess it depends on the situation, but basically, like, I'm training myself, like, don't go out of your way. Don't be something you're not. Don't try and impress. Don't chase women. Like, all very bad ideas, because ultimately you're not leading in that situation. She is. And, like, inherently, biologically, she doesn't want to lead. She wants a leader. And again, like, listen to what women do, not what they say. Like, yeah, they might say they want a submissive man, a man who listens and who does everything for them and shit, but look at who they smash on the side. Look at who they're cheating on their husbands with. Real men, leaders who are, like, alpha and strong and know what the fuck they're doing, and who don't prioritize them. That's who they're smashing with on the side. Like, by the way, just because a woman is married or in a relationship, I mean, it's kind of always been this way, but now it's just more and more evident. Like, that doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean anything, because, like, she's still gonna cheat on you with Chad or Alpha Tyrone. You know what I'm saying? Because that, like, women are just programmed like that. They can't help themselves. They want to go for a top man, because what does that equal? What does that result in? Top offspring, or at least the best that they could do. Like, everyone has that impetus, that drive to be the best version of themselves and to create the best, right? Like, you don't want to create a painting that really fucking sucks. Like, you want to, like, put your best foot forward and put your best into it. Now, it's the same with relationships. Like, no one wants to settle, you know what I mean? But we kind of have to, for practicality purposes and shit. But that drive is always going to be there. That's why men cheat. That's why women cheat. Now, should you cheat, even if you can? Obviously, it's context dependent, and it's a moral question, and the obvious answer is no, you shouldn't cheat. But look, that's almost like you can't stop nature. It's unstoppable. Like, if you're a guy and you're talking to Jessica Alba, you're gonna want her. You know what I mean? Like, it could be any chick, but who's attractive, but you can't, even if you want to deny it or not act on it, you can't stop nature from occurring. Like, those feelings will be there and shit. But I think what I'm trying to get at here is, yeah, just be the leader. Don't be a sissy bitch. Don't chase girls, women. Let them come to you. Obviously, spit game, because you do have to do that. Like, there's a difference between chasing and approaching, okay? So chasing is like double texting, triple texting. Chasing is cold approaching and not giving up. Like, if she's not interested, like, within the first 10 seconds, like, get out of there, dude. Chasing is just desperate energy, but approaching is swag. Like, approaching means you're cool, like, you know, you're just chill. Like, you're just approaching, you're like, what's up? And you don't care. You're outcome independent. That's what it is. You're not desperate. You're just what's up? You're interested. So I think I covered a lot here, but yeah, be the man, be that guy. Be that guy that she wants to be with. And when you do approach casually, it'll be a much better situation. So I don't know, hopefully that works out. But also realize that women are a lot more insecure than men are. Like, I think men don't realize that. They think, like, oh my God, she's so hot, dude. Oh my God, she's so hot. Like, how am I gonna impress her? Like, she's gonna think I'm an idiot. Like, dude, stop thinking all that shit, because like, just think about this. If you had to wrestle her or physically like fight her, you would dominate. You would absolutely dominate, right? It's kind of like, it's like the same level of power. Like, it just is what it is. Women are biologically more insecure, more nervous and shit. Like, just think of her as a weakling, because like, she's weaker than you in that sense. And like, you just have to be the fucking man. Like, she doesn't want some guy coming up to her who's insecure and anxious and like really nervous and shit, and says like, and is not being themselves. Like, she wants a guy who's just chill like a rock, knows exactly what they're doing, and is just like outcome independent, and is just like, what's up? And she'll make it clear, like anyone does. If they're not interested in a conversation, like, it's just not gonna go anywhere and shit. So, you know, after 2 questions, if they don't ask you a question, like, just get out of there and shit. But yeah, just realize, like, approaching women is not hard when you know and you realize how like they are actually insecure. Even the very attractive ones are insecure, and you gotta realize that. Like, stop putting her on a pedestal. Even if she is very good looking, she's not getting approached because every guy is thinking like that. So just be chill. Don't be a bitch. Be in love with yourself. You know, and that starts with taking care of yourself, prioritizing yourself. You gotta actually do that. If you take care of your fitness, your health, your wellness, you brush your teeth, you comb up, you comb up and trim, you put on nice clothes, like, you're automatically just gonna feel good, and you're gonna be presentable. Floss your fucking teeth. Like, don't have fucking stink breath. If you have coffee, drink some water and maybe gargle some fucking toothpaste. But like, and definitely don't be a fucking smoker. Like, even if you smoke cannabis, try and, you know, put that shit away. Vape oil is less scented, but the thing is, like, dude, if you approach someone and you smell like smoke, it's unattractive. Just, this is actually really nice lighting. Looks like I just got released from prison or a zoo. But yeah, I mean, take care of yourself, be that leader, be that guy, and she will come for you. The ones that are needed or that you should get will come for you. And yeah, I mean, it's hard to give advice because it's all context dependent, but just love yourself, take care of yourself, prioritize yourself, and never be desperate, never chase. If you want to approach, that's always fine. Just do so in an outcome independent manner, or a vibe, energy, whatever, and you'll be good. And also get one of my books, because, you know, you should. All right, I think that's for now. Thank you.